Hey,
All righty, we
hey,
are live.
hey. We in the thing.
Okay, really? Why is it
We
putting that?
in the thing.
What's up, people?
What's
Welcome,
good?
welcome, welcome. It is Takeover Tuesday. It's
Hey.
Takeover Tuesday. It's Therapy Tuesday. It's all of that. We are your favorite guilty pleasure on Tuesday evening. It's the Queens Takeover Podcast. We are your hosts, Nikki Johnson and Mrs. Sierra Pleasant.
Woo.
We have our other queen who is going to be on shortly. So hold tight, those of you that are waiting on your code. We're going to go ahead and get started. Welcome as you come in. Welcome as you come in. Say something so we can say something back.
Holla at your girls.
All right. It looks like we are showing live. So,
I think
okay.
Be it a Facebook.
Yes.
Yeah.
You may want to put it on your page.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, boom, boom, boom. All right. Again, as you are coming in, say something so we can say something back to you. This is one of our favorite times of the week, too. So, welcome to the Queen's Takeover. Once again, see.
Yeah.
We like to talk about, we used to talk about our self-care moments of the week, but this season, we're talking about our struggle bus moments of the week. Sis, what was your struggle bus moment of the week? Oh, your struggle of the week.
Let me tell you, y'all heard me a little sounding and busted last week, amen, and I was busted.
She's a little razzle-dazzle in her little throat.
Now my voice is still, it's coming back, yeah? It's almost there. Sierra caught the good old nasty monster. Starts with a C, ends with a D. The vid. I'm gonna say the vid.
She had that thing. She had that nasty.
Yeah,
that
God
nasty.
has healed me. Amen. He has healed me.
I went real color pro. Go ahead.
You did. You did. And you did. And you did. But I am, glory to God, I am still here and able to be with you all. Again, my voice is not all the way 100, but some people say it's kind of sultry right now. So
it's a little razzle dazzle. I feel like you flirting with me with your voice and things.
Whatever. But I take it right now. But that was my struggle bus the whole week, literally. Yeah, literally. Today was the first day I was fully going, and yeah, I'm okay. Everything's negative. I'm good. But yeah, how did I get over it? Prayed, sat myself still, took my medicine, drank all my hydrations, if you will, and I'm here today. So I thank God.
Amen. Sound good.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you, Boo.
Hello, Queen.
Hi, Ma.
Come on in the room.
Hey.
Come on in the room.
Ooh.
Jesus was her doctor. Wrote out all her prescriptions. Gave her all her medicine in the room. Hey. She ain't got that COVID no more. We so glad you feeling better. What was like the worst struggle with having COVID?
The exhaustion, and this time, I had I feel like I got hit by a bus. Like, my whole body was hurting. And then what was the other thing? Oh, my throat. It felt like pins and needles.
Yeah.
Like throughout my whole throat, and even the outside part of my, like the skin was sore.
Yeah.
And I'm like looking back there, like, what's back there? It was nothing back there, but it was painful. So painful.
Yeah. COVID ain't no punk.
It ain't.
It's no punk. I heard when I had it in places, I didn't know you could actually feel pain. Like, why? It was crazy. Under my armpits.
Yes, that's this.
Like where you shave them. Why
Mine
was that?
Was like right here. Like, what is that?
I don't know.
I was like, I had to get against the wall
under
like
my breast. Yeah.
Yes.
It was like the weirdest. And then it felt like jagged glass was scraping my bones all the time. The pain was crazy. It was crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Amen.
no.
You doing good.
Amen.
Amen. You doing good. So I think we have given the family a little bit of time to get into the house. My struggle bus moment of the week. My struggle this week, honestly, all jokes aside, was I struggled with the spirit of heaviness and hopelessness this past week. It's been going on for a while. Been a situation going on that I was really needing God to answer me on. And it just felt like he wasn't talking to me. And it is the worst feeling to feel like there's a separation or that God is not answering you when you want him to lead you every way and he's not saying
Right.
anything. But like they say, baby, they come to find out that was part of a process that I had to walk through, right? But at first it was so hopeless, it was heavy, it was heavy, it was hard. And trying to find peace in that, it was hard to sleep. I it was a lot. It was a lot. I won't even take up the whole show to talk about it, but it was a lot. So that was my struggle
It was raining
this
on you.
past week. It weighed on me. I was stress eating.
Mm-hmm.
Like the other day, may have been like 2 or 3 days ago. I had a late dinner and I went in my room, sat on the bed. About 30 minutes later, I went and grabbed these. I'm gonna show them to you. I went and grabbed these wheat thins,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
sat on the bed and got ready to open them up. And I was like, why am I eating these wheat thins? I just ate. I'm not hungry. But I wanted something to chew on because I was stressing, right?
Right, right.
And I sat there and started talking to God again. And the more I talked to him and the more frustrated I was, the more I wanted to eat these wheat thins. And I was like, no, I've been stress eating. I've been stress eating. So yeah, it was, that thing was real. Mhm. It was real. To God be the glory.
How you feeling now?
To God be the glory. Um,
Okay, okay, okay.
I when I say he's been speaking and answering, and I understand I had to go through that. I just, if I'm gonna keep it real, I didn't like it at all. Didn't
No,
want to. Would not. I wouldn't have written it.
no.
I typed up
If
something
you, if
different.
you wrote it, no.
But hey, to God be the glory in all
Yeah.
things. Remember one of the things I said last year as we were ending season 1, and I think last week was I wanted to show up for myself no matter what was going on in my life and how I felt. So I had to keep that word even though I've been feeling the way that I felt. Can I say it was easier said than done?
Yeah.
I had to show up in my meetings. I
Uh-huh.
had to show up for other people. And
Mm.
then when all that went away, I was back to dealing with what I was feeling. But I just was constantly reminded, you said you're gonna show up, right? I was like, okay, so I gotta walk this thing out since I said it. Cool.
Mm.
Anyway,
Anywho,
that was
you showed up though. You still showed up.
to
I
God be the
promise.
glory. Because Nikki didn't want to show up.
No,
Nikki
no,
didn't want to.
no.
I ain't gonna tell you everything Nikki didn't want to do and what she did want to do, but to God be the glory.
Give
You
them
ready to
all
jump
of
into
it.
these topics, sis?
Let's get it.
All right, let's get on into it. We're gonna save some of them for when Coley Cole gets on because she picked a couple of these topics. So you asked the question, when is it a safe time to move on from a toxic relationship? Whew. Whew. See,
That was
when
a
is it
loaded
a
one.
safe time
Was that
to
a
move on
loaded?
from a toxic relationship, chick?
That was loaded. That was loaded. It was loaded.
That was so loaded. It was absolutely loaded. It was
I was
loaded.
trying to let
It was
me.
baked potato loaded. It got sour cream and butter and everything in that.
um. Well, I asked that question for the QT family to give me their insight.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people can be stuck in not even romantic relationships, just like business friend or friendships. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have to be romantic. And how do we define toxic? You know,
Yeah.
each person defines toxic different for themselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a level of what you can tolerate and what you can't tolerate, and each person's different. But I will say the general census is it don't make you feel good. It probably make them feel good, making you feel irritated.
Yeah.
But you don't 99% of the time you do not feel appreciated, you don't feel loved, you don't feel heard in a relationship, and it makes you feel sick to your stomach to the point where you can't even digest that person anymore or their presence.
Mm.
That would be my definition
The toxic.
of
Wow.
a toxic relationship. Now that could be a lot of different things for different people.
Mm-hmm.
But when do you know it's enough? Like, okay, I've tried everything. I've tried talking to them. I've tried giving them space. I've tried gifting. You tried everything to try
Yeah.
to save the relationship.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like, I gotta go because you're making me. And that's why I think for me, that's when you have to check and say, I'm changing.
Mm.
I'm changing
Yeah.
in a not a positive way, but in a negative way, then it's time for me to check out and safely remove myself.
Mm.
The wrong way to do it is, of course, to say, "Hey, I love you, but this is not healthy for me anymore,"
Right.
and you separate yourself.
Right.
And I pray that everyone is able to safely leave away that way. Some people just cut off communication
Right.
um, and don't respond anymore because it's
Mm.
your response sends another response, and then you have to keep responding. And so some people just stop talking.
Mm.
But I would say the healthiest way is to say, this is just not healthy for me anymore.
Yeah.
You have a good one, I have a great one, and we separate our ways. So for me, knowing when to leave a toxic relationship is when I find myself acting out of character or, hello, Emma. Is
Hi,
Emma?
mommy.
That's your mama. That's your mama. Oh, that's your mama. Hey, mama. Hey,
Hey,
mama.
mommy.
Hey, mama. But yeah, that's when I would say it's time to go. QT family, I don't know if y'all in there because I'm trying to see and look at the same time.
Nobody has responded yet, but let's repeat the question for those that are just coming in. We have some that are coming in now.
Okay.
So C says, when do you know when do you know it's time for you to leave a toxic relationship? Did I say it right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, when you were describing what toxic is, what toxicity is to Sierra, one of the things you said was it makes you nauseated. When you get nauseated by a person, yeah, it's time to
Yeah,
go.
it's about that time.
It's time to roll. What Uncle Joy used to say on Full House, cut it out. Yeah, cut it
Mm-hmm.
out. The other one is when you start questioning the relationship to that point, it's probably time. Like if you're sitting up questioning why somebody's in your life and you can tally up all of the thank you. See, I'm gonna pin that.
You're welcome.
It won't let me pin it, but I can start it. Yeah. And you can start tallying up all of the reasons why they probably shouldn't be there, or you're trying to weigh pros and cons, and it's way more cons than pros. It's probably time to roll cold for real.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my mom says when I'm tired and can't stand them anymore, don't talk to me. She ain't lying. Let me tell you something. My mama done. You
She
can stick a
done.
fork in her. She is so done.
She done.
She is so done. I think the other thing is you said it at the beginning of it. When they're not adding to you, when it's a lot of takeaway, a lot of division, subtraction, no multiplication, no addition, like no reciprocity, period, and they don't mind sucking from you. It feels a little bit leechy. It's giving leechy
It's
vibes.
giving Lychee vibes.
Yeah, it's giving leech.
Yep.
Excuse me. And you need a blood transfusion because they are sucking all the blood and life out of you. You need CPR. Um, and the word itself, toxic. If my description of what I share with you has words like toxic, nauseating, detrimental, sickening,
Exhausted.
exhausted,
Sorry,
oh God,
joke.
it's the exhaustion for me.
It's the exhaustion for me.
Y'all ever get off the phone with somebody and like you need a nap? Or you be around somebody and you like, my energy is zapped right now. Yeah, I'm not sure it's supposed to be like that. I understand every now and again because maybe they got a lot of heavy stuff on their heart that they lay on you. Right. But every time we have no fun, no joy. You don't add anything. Yeah, I think that's when you know. Yep. I think that's when you know. Yep. Now let me ask you a question. I saw something on I think it was on Instagram. Someone that just recently followed me. I went to their page and the first thing I saw was the guy posted oh Lord, how did he word it? When your friend is basically what you're saying, when is it a good time to have that adult conversation with them? You sit down and have that heart to heart. And I was very intrigued by the fact that many of us won't do it. So when do you think it's a good time to have the heart to heart that you're being toxic in this relationship? Like, would you sit me down and tell me, Nikki, you're being real toxic in this relationship? Or would you just walk away from me?
I think if you care about the person and you want to save the friendship, also if you want to see a friend grow past what you're seeing in them, you bring it to them. I think it's all about if you care. Like if you just don't give a care and you just like, I'm done with you because you get on my nerves. I'm out. You just check out and you just check out. But a grown person, hopefully, wants to see each other grow. And so hopefully you have the conversation. Like, I wouldn't say toxic, but that's a trigger word for some people. I wouldn't say toxic, but I would say, I feel like you're pulling from me so much that I don't have nothing else to give. Or I feel like you're just doing too much. You know, can you not do X, Y, and Z? It feels like I feel drained as your friend, and I don't want to feel that way. I want to feel happy when I see your call. I want to feel enjoyable when I'm with you. So having that conversation is hard before it gets to the point of like, you know what? Yeah. So I think you need to have that. When you feel that, you need to have that conversation like, hey, I think we need a little space, or hey, let's try to take some time for ourselves and see what's best, for each of us, because I want to make sure that we both are growing into the people that we want to be. And that's a good way of saying it, because it's not just you putting it on that person, but saying it for both you and that person. Because there's also some things that the person receiving all this feeling needs to learn too. It's like patience, or you need to speak up sooner.
You made a good point, sis. Toxic would be a trigger word. It probably would kick that conversation off in such a bad way. There would be no good resolve. It's just not going well. It's just, so now I'm toxic, but
so who taught you that word? Have you been on YouTube?
Not YouTube. Not the University of YouTube.
Baby.
I was toxic when I was babysitting your kids, so you need to ride from work. Hit this one thing.
How do you realize it's toxic? Toxic, it's probably not a relationship. God anointed. Time to go. You don't bring out the best in each other. For certain, not you. Love should not be painful emotionally, psychologically, or spiritually. When you have to work that hard at it, they are not the one for you. Yes! Mama Angie, shoot.
She said that. Mama said, when you're all talked out, if you didn't hear me earlier, you're certainly not listening to me now. I'm telling Mama, don't play. Listen, when you cut, you cut.
You don't listen.
Put that back together. She done cut all the little shreds. Wow.
And that's right, because like your mom said, I didn't tell you.
Because some people don't get it till you literally walking out the door.
And it's now,
see, what do you do when you're at that point and they walk out the door and you like, but I'm done. And they're like, but okay, you for real? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna change. What you gonna do?
I was gonna say something before you went there.
Go ahead, say it.
Like this is one thing I've learned too is like, okay, I'm telling you how I feel, but do you really understand what I'm feeling? And then it's like, can you give me an example of what I'm feeling? Oh, when that time I had called you, and I called you like 5 times before 9 a.m. because I was having like a little situation, but it wasn't that bad. Yeah, that,
Not that it wasn't that bad before 5 o'clock in the morning.
that. There she is! Hey!
What's up, Cole?
Hey, everybody.
She made it
How
in.
you doing?
I'm here. I made it.
She didn't bless us. Amen. She done blessed us.
It.
And she in there. She in that thing.
She done made it. So let me tell you what we're talking about, Cole, if you didn't hear. See, ask the question.
She got wipe her foot. There you go. You good now. Beautiful.
See, ask the question, how do you know? Go to your left a little bit, Cole. Yes, bring your chair over with you. We got to do the gangster lean the whole episode. They said, how do you know when a relationship, when it's time to walk away from a toxic relationship? Yeah. Take your chair with you.
I'm good.
It moves.
Don't move the camera, just your body. So you ain't got a gangster lean like this the whole episode.
I'm good.
Okay. So yeah, that's what we're discussing. How do you know when it's time to leave a toxic relationship? So now we're on the part where the question is, Nicole, if you were in a relationship with someone that was toxic, and let me preface this. We forgot this part. If it's dangerous and physically abusive, we're not talking about that. No. Get your butt out of that as safely and quickly as you can. Right. We're talking about just wrong relationships. Yeah. Okay, so Nicole, if you were in a toxic relationship, would you sit down with the person and have the conversation with them that this relationship is you doing too much, or would you just say I'm done and walk away?
Yeah, I know me. I'm done. I'm out. I had been in relationships where it was like, yeah.
Hey, Brandon.
Go ahead, baby. Yeah, where they like even after all the relationship was over, I even asked them, like, what? Like I dated a dude for 10 years. When we broke up, we were done. Like he just did one little thing, and I was like, okay, I packed the stuff up and put him out. And we didn't talk about it. It was
one thing after 10 years. That was it.
That was it. That was it. And I
gave you a decade.
Yeah.
You can't give me 10-minute conversation.
No. I didn't try to go back. I ain't try to rekindle nothing. I ain't try to hear the excuses, the explanations. I ain't try to hear nothing. I was deuces. So yeah, I think that's what my mama.
When y'all done, you're done.
I'm done.
Ain't no coming back. Ain't no question.
And the crazy thing is, I used to say, I don't care what you do out there in the streets. I don't even care. Long don't let the sun beat you home. And that particular time, the sun beat him home. So I told him, since you went out there and worked like you got a third shift job, tell you still need to clock in for overtime because you need somewhere to stay.
I done passed out. I'm back. Well.
And that was the end of that conversation with us.
Well.
And
burns the okay.
I need y'all to
what you say?
You hear me? She said, ain't no question about it. I'm finished. I said, I'm done. No question.
Yep.
Reminds me of the relationship off the show Girlfriends. There were a lot of toxic relationships on this show. Yes, I am rewatching the show currently. You going through
that show. That's one of my favorite shows, bro.
Yeah, I love Girlfriends.
I love that show.
Yeah. When every aspect of the relationship becomes unhealthy, spiritual, physical, emotional, and financial, it's over. Okay, James say when the whole thing just nasty, he out. He's out. He's out.
I might need to take some lessons from James and wait, because if one thing is out, it's over. The whole relationship over with me.
I'm gonna spit this out. Okay, so what I'm on with you, Cole, is 10 years. I'm not saying he should have did what he did, but 10 years, he couldn't even get no conversation from you. Oh, at least why you done? Why you done? That's
was already done.
I feel like this. When you knew you was going out that door to cheat, you should have took all your belongings with you. He said, but you never told me. I said, I've always told you there's repercussions. There's always repercussions to everybody's actions. Always. Because I never told you what the repercussions were. But you should know me long enough to know how I am.
Wait, so before I go rob the bank, tell me how much time I get first? Bruh said you didn't tell me. Okay. My mama said you're not a child, therefore I'm not talking about.
That's right, mama.
Mama. Let me tell y'all something about my mother real quick. Real talk, she didn't tell. My mama told us something once. And if you didn't do it, if you did not do it, okay, because she used to work a lot of double shifts as a nurse, right? She come home exhausted. If what she told you to do wasn't done, she wasn't gonna say nothing to you. Mama, go in there and take a nap.
Mm-hmm. You know when they say
got her rest. Hold on, when she got her rest, oh, you was gonna pay for that, or she would do her later whoopings. You might not get the whooping today. You might get it 2 months from now. But when she told you something that was that she's not finna talk and talk and talk, I think I ain't gonna say where I get some of that from. Eric says silence kills all the BS, nothing left to talk about. Well, Eric said that's it.
See, this is the thing. You know, when people sit down, when some men, I ain't gonna put all of them in the same category, but when they ask, what do you want out of this relationship? Where do you see it? You see what I'm saying? Now, granted, we was together 10 years, but within that 10 years, well, in the beginning, we didn't never set up a definition of what we were. You know what I'm saying? So, but then when we sat down, had that conversation that we was gonna be in a relationship, I told you how I was.
Yeah.
So let's say within 5 years of that relationship, you knew how I was.
Yeah.
So when you went out and did your action, you should already know in your head, this girl that don't like to hug, kiss, hold hands, she's gonna be so cold-hearted when I come back home in the morning. And that's what it was.
Look, I was trying to help old boy. I didn't realize all that had happened. Bruh.
But I'm saying, if I have the conversation, if I'm upfront with you and have that conversation of how I am, what do I expect out of a relationship? That should always be playing in your head. Like if I say, oh, I like red roses. Not saying you necessarily got to go out here and buy me red roses every day, but in your head, just because you'll say, hey, she like red roses. So when I sit down and tell you, this is how I am in a relationship, I'm all in. So if you break my heart, there's no coming back. I can never ever be able to trust you again. So even if you felt like it hurt, it was gonna hurt me, tell me the truth. And then my golden rule that I always tell these men, let me play Russian roulette with my own life. I don't need you to shoot me. I can shoot myself.
Well, on that note, we're gonna hit this one from James and move to the next subject. That right there is it. That's a good one. I don't believe in backtracking. Yeah, write it down. She did.
That down on the tree. Okay.
Let me play Russian roulette with my own life. James said, I don't believe in backtracking. It's returning to vomit. Sorry for the verbiage, but it's real though. I mean, between you and Nicole and my mama with y'all realness, Eric talking about BS. I ain't got time for all that. Your mama like, listen, we done had this conversation. So everybody's with the same consensus. Yeah. At some point, I'm just out and I'm gone. And I'm done. Last comment, we're going to move to the next one. Three very rare queens. No sense in walking backwards. Well, that part. Thank you, King. Thank you. Next question, Booze. When do you know someone is not okay? This red. I'm not going to tell y'all what word I was going to say.
Oh God.
When do you know someone is not just an associate, but a friend that you can call on? So QT fam, in the chat, when do you know that someone is not just an associate, but an actual friend that you can call on? Okay, who wants to take that one first?
I think Nicole should do it. I think Nicole should, because she's just so lit right now.
With me is when I let my guard down. When I actually when I wholeheartedly trust you with my life.
Yeah.
I know that, you, even if we gotta have those hard talks or whatever, you don't know how to approach me. You know what I'm saying? So when since I have or getting over trust issues, that is when I know I can take you from just my associate or acquaintance to a friend. We could be around each other all day, not be around each other, but talk. And I feel like I can truly trust you with the darkest secrets that I have. And this is a trust issue thing for me.
Yeah. So when that you're at a point that you can be vulnerable. I'm sorry, what did that say?
I like how she said, she didn't say my trust issue. She said getting over my trust issues.
Baby is there. She's doing her big girl thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what it is with me.
So
when my guard can come down, and I can really be open, and you'll know the real Nicole then.
Have I seen the real Nicole yet?
Of course. Anybody that have seen me cry, snot run, they are free.
They ain't in the building.
Yeah.
What about you, Sid? Good evening.
Hey, Auntie.
Hey, Missy Lane.
I would say
that hat, Auntie. Who you trying to catch? I'm sorry.
Encourage me.
Trying to catch. Go ahead, C. I'm sorry, baby.
You good? I would say when the person noticed things about me that the average associate would not notice. And like, and I'm like, I'm paying attention. Oh, got it. The right one.
The right one.
Also, like Nicole said, of course, trust is a big part of that. For me to be all the phases of me, I guess, and you still don't run away. Yeah, that's a friend. Not saying I'm a bad person, but I'm not always a pleasant love. But I'm not. You can either check me or correct me with love, and so that's when I know that an associate is no longer just an associate, but a friend. And then they'll stick through it all. When it's good or when it's bad, they'll still be there. A lot of people run when it's getting bad.
Yeah.
Or when things are not looking the best, if you will. And so this sticks it out when it's not always green and flowers and lilies. That's a friend. That's a friend. Yeah.
Your question said, when do you know that someone is no longer just an associate, but a friend that you can call on? So for me, it's when I can call on you, I know you're a friend. You call on associates. You can, but they're not answering.
No.
They won't be waiting. They're not answering. But a friend, when you call, I don't care what time it is, pretty much whatever you're asking for or about, they got you. And so for me, is when I can call on you, you are a friend. The other thing is when it's raining and you give me your umbrella or you hold your umbrella over me, you're a friend. And associate gonna be standing there with their umbrella over their head talking about, girl, these umbrellas don't sell at Ross. In other words, go get your own. I got me, you go get you. That's not a friend, that's an associate. Miss Teresa said, hello, Queens. I'm watching. Hey, boo. Hey.
Hi,
hello. So somebody want to hit this one from James.
When the love energy respects communicating is equally reciprocated. If I'm the only one calling and communicating, and genuinely wholesome, no fake vibe, and I don't do fake.
He also said he had a typo somewhere. He shouldn't be the only one called.
I got you.
Yeah.
Another thing for me would be if I don't have to. I don't like to use the word two-faced, but I don't feel like I have to live a double lifestyle. You
can be yourself.
You can be all of you.
Just me. Like some of my friends, some of my associates, they still get just the surface. They don't get to know the real Nicole. I used to tell people I used to get tired, and I think that's what made me realize me, because I started checking me. It started getting confusing.
Get the what?
I had to check me because it started getting confusing. Because I'm like, this friend knows I got to be this way with this person, or I couldn't never bring my whole circle together.
Yes.
And I was like, wait a minute, you're not my friend then, because I feel like I'm hiding.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And it's a difference because I tell one I got one good guy friend, and that's like my brother. I call him my brother. I told him when it gets to a point where it's more than just respect. I understand, like, if you don't drink and stuff, as a friend, I won't put you in that atmosphere because I respect you and I hold that title to you. But then when I get in there and you doing worse than me. I mean, you doing the same thing that I'm doing. Why am I respecting
you? On drink, but you over there smoking.
Yeah, and see stuff like that made me say, what else are you hiding from me? Are you a murderer? You know what I'm saying? Are you a thief? So yeah, when I don't have to live that double lifestyle, I'm good. You're my friend. When I can say, hey, like y'all too. I'm telling you, y'all are, for us to be, I consider us to be so close, so soon. But it was God, because really I can say,
oh God,
Lord, you know I don't like women.
Yo, I don't think you really wanted to like me when we met in Vegas.
No, I really did. I was
but we ended up hitting it off like 5 minutes after, because you did look me up and down a little bit.
Yeah, because you remember our discussion.
5 minutes, and then look,
remember our discussion in the room.
Good.
Yeah, but see, let me tell you why Nikki is my girl. She challenges me. Anybody that challenged me, I stick close to see how long the challenge is gonna last. Because a real friend is gonna be like, gonna keep challenging you. But somebody that really don't care about you, they'll be like, yeah, she said what she said, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Nick, in that room, you remember that night we was in the room, and you can.
Nicole woke me out.
And I was like, no.
But I was like, I was in the ring. I was in the ring.
Yeah, so she challenged me, so that what drew me closer to her.
I'm glad it didn't repel. My Ebu said, a real friend has no boundaries, no matter what time, how much, how far, and they always tell you the truth, even when it hurts. Yeah. Yep. Can I add this to what you said, Eve? They will tell you the truth, even if it hurts you. But a real friend will, even in that correction, they'll build you up. Some people, now, this is where you got to know if it's a friend or a foe in a little sheep clothing, a little old sheep outfit. Is if they take the first opportunity they can to cut you down. Like you make a mistake, that business you're going to start fails, that relationship you had fails, and they take that as an opportunity to throw it in your face and tell you how wrong you are and really not build you up. If your correction cannot build me up while you're trying to teach me something, I'm going to be side-eyeing wondering, like, was you waiting on your moment to talk about me and cut me down? So that's when you got to, yes, exactly. He says, see, Judas and Peter both disappointed Jesus. Both were forgiven, but Judas wasn't invited to the upper room. Peter was. Translation, there is a difference between, a forgiven associate and a restored friend. That's a part of your inner circle. Let's talk about the inner circle. I got a couple more comments real quick. Back there. Hey, brother. My big brother says shalom. And then Elaine says, a developed trust and understanding, a mutual give and take, When I'm down, you are there to pick me up, and not me always there for you and out of season. That part. I think we got one more. Oh, she say preach. Exactly. I'll spank you, then put some baby powder on your butt.
Mm. She's mad.
And she's blushing. And she's
And
blushing.
she's blushing. I can't.
Okay, so let's talk about inner circles real quick, ladies.
How do we? Okay.
No, go ahead. See,
No,
go ahead.
you good. I'm listening. This is good.
I think you're gonna ask the same question. Go ahead.
This is good. No, no, no. Go.
So, fam, Queens, inner circle. So when you're a certain age growing up, they're your homies, they're your girls, they're your sisters. When you get a little over 30 something and in your 40s, you stop looking at them as homies and girls, and sometimes as your inner circle. So you got these friends. You'll go out with friends, you'll laugh with friends, you'll drink and party with friends. You got the inner circle friends, they're different. Those are the ones that you would tell everything to, trust your bank account card with, and know that they're going to pray. Y'all could be drunk one minute having a good time, and next, well, we need to pray about what? Inner circle. So for y'all, what defines inner circle for you? And fam, tell us in the chat, what defines inner circle for you?
Well, to me, again, it's trust. I gotta trust you, but also even in you coming to direct me in something that you either I felt offensive, because everybody knows like my mouth is real sideways sometimes, and it's not even sideways. It's just I'm blunt and I don't sugarcoat it. So my inner circle knows how to come and chastise. Not I don't want to say chastise, but approach me and say, "Hey, you hurt my feelings."
Yeah.
And then we can sit down and talk about it. Now I have had these friends that in my adult years that I have now had to have a conversation and tell them the friendship that you're looking for, I'm not her. But it's okay. It's all right. I still wish the best for you. But in my inner circle, they know, like, they know how to correct me when I approach them. And their approach is the way I ain't gonna say on my level, but a level that I understand it. So when I feel like you totally get me and I can trust you, that's when you're in the inner circle.
Okay. Miss Pleasant?
For me, I would have to say these
You
people.
want to talk about it?
No, these people are like she said. You can trust them, but it's more than past being just trusting them.
Yeah.
For me, when I think of inner circle, it's more of that they're going. I put myself in someone else's inner circle, and I think about what I provide for that person and what I hope they provide for me. And it's when I'm not in your presence, I know that you're praying for me. That if something happens to me, that you will call me immediately.
Yeah.
That if someone's talking about me and I'm not there, you'll be able to speak up for me without me having to say anything. Also, um, you know what's precious and dear to my heart. And you're able to talk to me with so much love that even when you're correcting me, I'm like, I ain't feel that bad, but I know it's correction, right?
Yeah.
That's just for me because that's how I want to give it to people. We all give and receive love differently, but for me, the way I give love, sometimes I give love, I would love to receive it that same way.
Yeah.
And sometimes I am blunt at times, believe it or not, but I have learned how to be more gentle, and I'm learning to receive that gentleness in return because I can be a little harsh, and I'm like, I don't want to give out harshness. So I don't want people to give me harshness either, right? And so I'm learning how to balance that out between that. But my inner circle are people who I do trust with my life. And if anything would happen, if I could put you on, if I feel like I can write your number and your name down on my emergency contacts for medical reason, you in my inner circle.
You family.
That's what it
You
is.
straight family then.
That's what it is. Mm-hmm.
I love that. Um, when I can be naked in front of you and be unafraid and unashamed. And that's physically and emotionally, right? Sometimes I got to be naked spiritually because, like I just shared with y'all at the beginning, one of my struggles this week was dealing with the spirit of hopelessness and heaviness, and that thing was real. And if I can't, if I call you or text you and say, pray for me, this is where I am right now, then I really trust you like that, right? You can't do that with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make them a bad person. It's just if you know they're not going to pray, like I'm not going to waste this request on somebody that's not going to honor and answer it. This is a real request. Like I don't play with that, right? The other thing would be to be able to be unashamed. Like if I had to be naked in front of either one of you physically, to be able to be unashamed and not worried about your thoughts, your comments, those type of things, right? But if I had to tell you some things that really did take place these last 2 weeks and then be afraid or ashamed of what I tell you, you're definitely not inner circle.
Definitely not.
Because if you can't take what I tell you and pray for me or talk me through it or ask me, am I okay? I'm not, no. The other thing is, if my business won't be out there in the streets, if I can trust you like that, you're definitely inner circle. And then it's the reciprocity of it all. I think it was Annie Lane that said something earlier, or someone did here in the comments, about not just being the one to give, like you're giving back, and it's not just a one-sided relationship. That reciprocity is very, very important. And just because it's someone that you can always go to and get from, you don't ever want to take that person for granted, because when they're not there, you miss it. You really, really do miss it. So those are my definitions of inner circle people. We have a comment here from James. If somebody want to hit it, I think we lost Cole for a little bit. There we go.
Inner circle consists of transparency, growth, genuine love, and support. I told my sister, no, I'm sorry, I told my first cousin, who was once like my brother, that he isn't invited to my inner circle. Big as I am, I don't need any more in my circle who tells me that I am built like Denzel Washington.
Big as I am.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he don't need any more in his circle. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the 100 at the end.
He did 100. 100. He ended that.
Transparency, growth, love. Wow. Wow. That was good conversation. There's so much I want to take from that and keep on talking, but we have other topics. So if y'all want to hear us pick up on another episode, let us know down in the chat or hit us in our inboxes. All of our Instagram or Facebook handles are on the screen, so hit us up. And if you're not following, follow. Have y'all followed us on Instagram yet? Probably not. At the Queens Takeover, we need you to go and do that. Hit us up on YouTube too. Okay, so Nicole, what do you do if your man ruins your girl's trip? So you ask this question.
Can I give y'all the backstory to this question? Okay, so it was, they planned a girls' trip like months ago. So in the girls planning the girls' trip, the fellas planned a trip, but let's just say they went to Vegas, but they wound up going at the same time. Now the friend, she did all the activities with her girls, but one night she went and spent with her man.
Because her man showed up on the trip.
Yeah. But he was still with the fellas. So like they were on two different trips, but like this one night, she went to go spend time with her man because he was out there. Well, when she got back home, now keep in mind, when they got back home, they had a New Year's party and she was uninvited. They didn't tell her to after the party why she was not invited.
So a quick recap. She went on a girls' trip. He went on a guy's trip. They all end up in the same, we'll just say, resort. One of those days of the trip, she went and spent it with her man instead of with the girls. So the girls had a shindig that they did not invite her to, and they told her because you were spending time with your man, basically, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this wasn't on the trip. This was after the trip was done.
After the trip. They had came home. Nobody never said anything to her about they were upset that she went to go spend time with her man.
So basically the relationship changed at this point.
They was asking, was the girlfriend wrong for leaving the girls to go to be with her man? And two, the other question was, was her girlfriend's wrong for not inviting her to the party?
Yes and yes. Oh, go ahead.
What was the reason why they didn't invite her to the New Year's party after the?
Because she does everything with her man.
Okay.
And the man was the main reason for not.
Look. Okay.
Ooh. It's a yes and yes for me.
Will y'all still be friends though?
What?
Will y'all still be friends afterwards?
Well, let me answer your first two questions.
Okay.
Yes, she was wrong for spending time with her man. It was supposed to have been a girls' trip. You going home with your man. Like, why are you spending? And then number two, yes, they were wrong for not inviting her because, like we talked about earlier, why was there no conversation about it? Yeah. If you mad at me because I did that, you have a right to be mad. But tell me why you mad. Like, we're not 3 and 4. I don't want to talk to you no more. Tell me why. So you're just going to start doing stuff without me. You're going to be passive aggressive, all in your feelings, and we're just going to start you talking about me behind. Like, that's childish. We're women. Tell me, Nikki, you always with Boo. Like, can you, Boo, you finna go home with Boo. Spend time with us. Like, have that conversation with me. So they were both wrong, in my opinion. Go ahead, C, and then I answer your other part.
I'm with you. Ditto what she said.
Yes, husband. Yeah. Okay, was this is her husband or her dude?
They said the dude, so I don't know.
What? It don't even matter. You with dude all the time. This will be a girls' trip. Yes, for me. I know you're gonna have a different answer, Cole, but yes, I think it's they were both wrong.
See, mine will be, I'm gonna let you. If I done did everything with you girls, let's just say we out here for 3 days. If I give you a good 2.5, I'm going to see my man.
No, then we need to have a 2.5 day trip.
No, we can have a conversation.
See your man.
If I do, okay, so let's just say, I'm just using this scenario. Okay, so let's say we did everything for 2 days. Like, we was in and out the room, we was going here, doing stuff. The 3rd day, y'all say, oh, we're not gonna do nothing, we're just gonna chill at the room because we get ready tomorrow, we gotta catch flight. I'm going to be with my man because I ain't finna lay in a room with a bunch of women. I'm going to be with my man.
Okay, so me, you, and C, we plan to go to Mexico. We look up on the 3rd day, even though we had nothing planned, we decide, let's go have lunch. We can't find C because she's somewhere with William. What?
No. If we say let's go, if all we're going to do is eat lunch, Sierra, go be with William.
Okay. Well, if it's me, C, don't do that. Don't do that. Because then we need to have a couples trip. But if it's a girls trip, you live with William. It's not like you and William live on one planet and you live on the other planet, and it's gonna be your only time to see each other. Y'all live together. You always with brother. No, I'm gonna be very upset.
However, what if we ain't never been?
However, I'm not gonna.
Wait.
What if we ain't never been to Mexico? What if we ain't the opportunity for us to be to Mexico together? For 3 hours.
Have a couples trip together. Go have a couples trip together.
I can't. You ain't gonna win this one to come.
Not with me, but that's good. We have our different opinions, but no.
My cheeks hurt.
It don't matter.
No,
Brandon said, okay, I heard this story on 97.9 The Box. J Max said that there is more to the story. For the girls to get so mad, there may have been many times that the girls' man came around when they decided no men would be at their meetings, but still a conversation should have been initiated by both sides to discuss their problems. That's what I'm saying. But also tell me, if you're trying to go be with your man, why are we doing a girls trip? Girls trip and the man is involved. Why? I must trust Latasha and let the queens be queens. The queens get away. The queens getting away is my break. Couples retreat and girls trips are not the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
But okay. So, but I'm saying, what if it was a coincidence?
Still, it's a girls trip. And I'm trying to understand how a couple don't talk about where they're going, that coincidentally we end up on the same island. Stop playing. Stop.
Yeah. Okay.
Stop.
Okay. So you know what? I'm with you when it says there's a conversation that needs to be had. But you might not like how I'm just gonna put it. I'm like, look, he here on the island. And
I know how you gonna put it when we ain't on camera. I know exactly what you gonna say.
Okay.
And not on camera.
Go get her.
You're real good. Because you and him can go do a trip. This supposed to be us kicking it together. Why you with Boo?
Because you know what? Let me tell you.
I can't.
Oh wait, but Nick. Okay. So when I went out to Vegas before, my family was there. I took the time off from my friends to go see my family. So what make it any different? I see my family anytime.
Excuse me. Sorry, did your man show up in Vegas?
I wish he would have.
No, but he did not. No, he didn't. Thank you. Before the trip, a conversation should be had. Listen, if y'all that Velcro that y'all got to be stuck together like that, please pleasure each other before y'all get on the plane.
It's not a
pleasure when you get back home.
That's not it, though.
That's not it, Nikki, though.
That's not.
Nikki is not having it today. You can let this one go. Because she is not.
She ain't having it. No. And I'm going to tell you something.
She's not letting you have nothing.
I got friends and family members that would literally go and leave everybody and go be with their man and be like, F y'all, my man here. Why did we take a girls trip then? You finna be with your man tomorrow. No.
But if I did everything that we planned to do, I was like, we were out there the same amount of time. I rolled with your itinerary. I didn't bat an eye. I didn't watch the clock. Say, okay, we through. I can. If we separate, if you say, Nicole, all right, I'm tired. I'm going to retreat to the room. Guess what I'm gonna go do?
I already know what you're gonna do. But guess what? You'll do that even if I don't say that. Next question. Next question. Okay. Men, I know y'all gonna be in your feelings, and I cannot wait to get all the smoke in this chat. Ladies, you meet a man. He seems to be the man of your dreams. He got all the qualities that you want, and he has a whole man weave. Now, for those who don't know, I know you've seen the videos on any social media platform where the brother sit down in the barber chair and he got nothing but some hair on the side. And they put some weave and some hair up there, and the barber shape it all up, and he walk out of there with waves, and you cannot tell it's not his hair. Ladies, if you met a man and he was everything, but he wore that man weave, how would you feel? While y'all are thinking, Teresa says, I hear you, Cole. I'm sorry, there should have been conversations on both sides, but so there won't be an argument when I get home. I'm going with my man. Well, you do you. You do you, Teresa. You know, you and Nicole can't go on no trips with me, though. I'm just saying. My sister said, no, ma'am, she ain't doing it. Not doing the weave. She ain't doing it. Try the spirit by the spirit. All right, ladies, what we think about the man weave? See.
At first, I was against it, but you know what? In today's time, we all trying to look fresh to death. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, as long as I know that you know. Now, you like, nah, this my hair. And it's not.
You see me, see you, see me, see you. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd rather know before I try to rub dub and screw. You know what I'm saying? Or the black dog on my hand. You know.
That part.
Yeah, I have no problem with it though. Just look as long as you look good. And it's me.
And it's Lido, right?
Okay.
First up, I'm gonna ask him who's his beautician.
She
Damn, she can do me on quick sew-in right quick.
Let's go.
But let me tell you,
as long as you drag
like, hey, before you go to bed, you make sure that mess don't go up on our pillowcase, because we gonna have a problem. And you better look the same way when you wake up. Now I'm gonna cross the line. I'm gonna be disrespectful. I wake up and got a bonnet on.
Wake up with a bundle on.
You wake up with a bonnet, because that's one thing over here in North Carolina, y'all. I'm telling you, these dudes are about to get on my nerves
with them bonnets on. They
start wearing bonnets.
It's like wave caps are on. They wearing bonnets.
I'm like, y'all have a problem with us wearing bonnets. Y'all wearing bonnets.
Men like to wear bonnets now. It's like a thing.
I know, but it's kind of weird. Like if me and my man both got black bonnets, I be like, baby, you got my bonnet on. No, yours in the drawer. Okay, y'all, I gotta ask y'all this question. Are we being fair? Because we rock weaves and wigs and everything else. And the brothers at this point, now back in the day, that you got clown if you had weave in your head, right? Yeah. Weave is like so far and has come so far. It looks so natural. Brothers don't be tripping. Some of them I think prefer you with the long hair. So are we being fair if they have to go get some patches, some weave and a toupee? Are we being fair? Because we rock it too.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem.
She's talking about long as
you keep it up.
It's okay. As long as it's
long as you keep it up. I'm telling you, if you don't keep it up, I'm telling you, I'm gonna clown you just like you would clown me.
No, me exactly.
I'll be like, hey boo, your lace front is standing up. I'm gonna need you to go fix it. You better slap some glue, some water, some something.
You need to go get your lace front maintenance.
Yeah, or do like we do on a bad day. Put a hat on your head. I don't have a problem. As long as you keep it up. Long as you
standing up.
Oh, God. Long as he can maintain it, I don't have a problem. Now, my biggest pet peeve with a man is that black stuff they put on the beards. I can't stand that part.
To make it look strong.
Yeah.
Okay, so how y'all feel about that?
Let it be raggedy.
I'll be right back.
I don't want the paint. Just let it be raggedy.
You don't want the what? See?
I don't want the paint. That irritates my tongue. No spray, no. Then you start sweating and it drip. That ain't cute.
Listen, I've seen it. I've seen the drip.
No, it's not what you want.
It looks like black shoe polish.
You're right. It's not sexy. No.
Are we being fair when we go get our? Well, we don't paint them on. Some people get the tattoo, but when we do our eyebrows with the pencil, are we being fair to them with the spray on beard?
Mine don't water, so I don't know. If it's waterproof, I'm good. Gotta be waterproof. Make it waterproof. I'm sorry.
I just want you to keep saying it the way you say it. It make you want to do what?
Just make sure it's waterproof if you gonna do
it. Okay, I don't know how I would feel if I met my sister laughing at you. I don't know how I would feel if I guess I would want to know. But then again, which one of us is telling a dude right off the cuff when you meet him, this is a wig or this is weave? So I don't know. So I guess
men know though, but most men know though.
Y'all say, huh?
Most men know though.
No, they don't. Most do not. Ask me how I know later.
Oh, God.
I think I'm with y'all when I say he gonna have to really keep it maintained. But I love bald heads though. How about you just stop saving the what's that clown? The bozo look. Just shave it all off for me. It's sexy when your head is bald and glistening.
But what if you don't like to be bald? What if you don't like to be bald?
What does it feel like for him?
No, he doesn't like to be bald. He likes to have hair. His hair.
I mean, oh no. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know how I feel. I'm young but old school. What is weed for? Who are we trying to impress? What am I missing? Man, weed. Wow. James, message me. I'm gonna send you a video so I can show you exactly what
they tell them they get the George Jefferson and then they fill it in.
No, they come in there like George Jefferson. They leave out like the dudes on the S curl box.
Yeah, because they get dreads.
Now, what about the one with the dreads though? They have like full head of dreads.
And it looked good too.
It looked good.
So my question was when I saw that video is what if you start sweating like a lot, like you go work out or you in an environment where you sweat a lot and it starts to like peel back?
Peel back, yeah. You gotta you have to get it managed like stuff like that. The big install, you gotta get it managed like at least once a week or once every other week.
Yeah. I have actually seen the one you talking about, Auntie Elaine. Yes, he does. I didn't see it tilted, but I know which one you're talking about. They were on the MLK celebration yesterday. He was blind. He has an excuse. Ms. Martha say, leave that man alone. His hair. We blaming whoever's in charge of his hair. I did see that. He does not know what he looks like anyway.
Oh, bless you.
Hey, ball is coming at some point, man. They ain't ready to let it go yet. It's like the people that do the comb overs. It needed help. I cannot. Yeah, we're going to get on the people. Okay, we're going to go to the next one. All right. You win a large sum of money, but due to a malfunction, you can only get $2.25. Cole, briefly tell us what we're talking about.
So a lady went to a casino. She, the machine was saying that she won. Don't quote me correctly, but it's $4.3 billion or $1 million on the slot machine. So she goes to the concierge, customer service, and says, "Hey, I want to know how much lump sum I'll be getting. Like after they take the taxes up, that I'll be able to get." The man was like, "Hey, ma'am, can you come back tomorrow?" She was like, "Well, can you just tell me, if you look at it, and tell me how much taxes they're going to take out so I know how much I'll be getting?" He said, "Ma'am, the slot machine that you was at had a malfunction, and you're actually only won $2.25. But we'll offer you a steak dinner too." What would you have done? Now you've been sitting there playing this machine thinking you winning. I don't know how long she sat at the slot machine, but she thought she was winning.
You asked me what would I do?
Yeah.
I would have stayed sitting there until I got my money.
Lawyer.
You would what?
I'm calling my lawyer. I'm taking a picture of what their slot machine says.
But that's the thing. They're not responsible if the slot machine is malfunctioning. You
ain't read my lips. Tell her what it says. See,
calling her lawyer.
Yeah, I'm calling my lawyer. You gonna offer me less than $250 and a steak? No, I'm calling my lawyer. Oh, by the time my real good lawyer handle this, because I'm gonna get a real good lawyer. Because how much you said it was? 43.
It was 4.3 million.
Yeah. Calling my lawyer. It's gonna be a good lawyer. And when I'm done, we all living really good.
Really good. Really good.
Yo, let me tell you. I told somebody all the machines are malfunction when I got through with that joker. I would have tore that whole casino up.
Man.
You don't know how long that lady sat there. She just kept putting her money in thinking she was winning.
That's messed up.
Auntie Elaine said someone should have helped him. They keep Stevie Wonders up. I cannot. Oh man. She said, you hear me? It's not malfunctioning when I lose. Why is it malfunctioning when I win? That's what I'm saying. Oh, yep. I'm calling a good lawyer. A lawyer gonna want to take my case. Mm-hmm. And not only will I get the money that I should have gotten, I'm probably gonna own it, and everybody gonna be living good when I'm done.
It's finished.
See, what would you do?
That's what I would have done. What you just said. Yeah. Come on. I would have sat there until somebody showed up. That could have said, "Hey, you getting your money today?" Okay, thank you.
She said, "I need money." She said, "So nice and calm. I need the money today."
I need the money today. Yeah. It didn't like Jay said, it didn't malfunction when I was winning.
My money. Yes.
So I need you reimburse me.
If I knew it was malfunctioning, why y'all never come stop and say, "Hey, man, get off that machine"?
Why is there no out of order sign on the machine? Why is the machine still on the floor plugged in? Why is the machine taking money? I'm telling y'all, I'm getting a lawyer. That's all.
And we're gonna run them cameras. We're gonna run them cameras back. Run the cameras back.
That
part. I never put no sign on this thing. Run the
What's that commercial say? It's my money and I want it now.
And I want it now.
JG Wentworth.
Yeah, it is. A lawyer
will take my case. I'm telling you. Oh, they gonna be y'all ever been okay. I'm not trying to claim this for nobody. I have been in a car accident. When you're in a car accident, lawyers you've never heard of start calling you. How you even know? That's how they gonna be when they find out about my lawsuit. Oh, they calling me. Johnny Cochran coming up. He coming out the grave. Girl, I got this case. I got it.
She got it.
Oh yeah, we're not. Okay. Oh, we did the girls' trip. We did the money malfunction. We did the toxic relationship. We are missing one.
Yep, we are.
And I think it was my other question. And then for whatever reason, I cannot find it on here.
It's in the same little blurb. It's in the same little blurb. Blurb. The blurb is the word.
Do you see? I can't find it.
Okay, let me do my work.
I know what it is. Thank you, sis.
You welcome.
I remembered it. What is your favorite gadget that you're going to be using for 2023? And it don't have to necessarily be a gadget per se. What is your favorite find? Your favorite wear? Your favorite food? Okay, he says he wants that part 2 of the girls' trip conversation. So that'll be next week. Thank you, James.
For me, it's the timer, the alarm on my phone. Also, I have the calendar, of course, to put things in it, and not just put expected appointments, but personal goals, things that I want to achieve on that day. That you I'm gonna get to it, and you'll never get to it, type of thing. Also, I have a physical calendar that's separate from that was more for spiritual growth, that calendar. And so I've been trying to use that. I started using that at the end of last year to kind of keep me on task with reading books and stuff like that. So so those are 2 things right now. And of course, my Bible app. I use a lot of the plans on there to kind of keep me grounded throughout the week. And so I do those plans sometimes. But that's it really for right now. For me.
Zane says it's vision board building. Love it. I have step apps. What is that, Auntie Elaine? I think I know what you're saying, but what is that?
It counts your steps?
I think that's what she's saying. And she said yes to your Bible app. I have the Commit 30 planner. And you commit to specific things every single month. So except for the months that are 31 days, of course, but you have 30 days to commit to whatever it is you've written down for that month. The digital vision boards, the one that I have on my phone, on my laptop. And there's this book, and I was supposed to have this book in here with me. This book is a journal / life goal / planner that holds you accountable, because you can't just write down a goal. You got to go deep into why you're doing that goal. And then they have certain sections where you come back and you are accountable to yourself by answering those questions. It's a very, very powerful book. So very, very powerful. Like I was telling y'all at the beginning, like I'm held accountable to what I said I'm going to do, no matter what's going on, how I feel. And that book ain't no joke. I also have the Bible app. I'm not sure we have the same one, but I think we do. And what I love about it is when you click on whatever that scripture is for the day, it has someone talking to you for about 2 minutes about that particular scripture. But there's a thing you can put in there for yourself. And I have a notification that goes off every day that tells me to stop and pray. I kid you not. I set it up one time and it goes off at the same time every day. Every time it goes off and tells me to pray, it's in a moment that I really need to pray. Kid you not. I kid you. Share the book. I will. Can you message me? Because it's in my office in there. If you can message me, I will remember to have that book to either show for next episode, or if she's the only one that wants to know, I can take a picture of it and show you. Take a picture of it and message is what I meant to say. So yeah. And it is counting steps. Okay. What about you, Cole? What are your favorite apps or your favorites for this year?
What's making me be disciplined is a journal. I need to write. And I started before New Year's even started, but I need it because when you feel like a battle is up against you, I can always go back.
Yeah.
So that's a constant reminder. So right now I'm focusing on the journal. And then on my phone I always write notes. Notes to myself, I'm always noting them.
Yeah.
And the sad thing is I just learned, now I ain't gonna say I learned, but I just started using Do Not Disturb on my phone. I just started doing Do Not Disturb, and that's gonna be my favorite.
That's good.
Because I didn't miss my calls, but the calls that I needed to miss,
right,
I answer. And this weekend alone, I had my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I was getting all these notifications of people that was trying to call, and I'm like, one of my aunts called me, and she don't call me, and if she would have called me, I kept saying, Lord, do they not know that I'm for all the smoke and I will burn their village down? And he said, keep your phone on Do Not Disturb because I don't need you to act up. And yeah,
it works wonders. I'm telling you.
Do Not Disturb and the journal.
There you go.
I love that. Y'all, this is gonna sound so weird, but please roll with me. Have y'all ever heard of kale slaw?
Yeah.
It's like cabbage. It's cabbage slaw. It's cabbage, but it has kale in it too.
Yeah, it's bomb.
Yeah. Okay, so I went to this restaurant and they served on their chicken sandwich. She kept saying, "You want kale slaw?" And I was like, "What? Kale slaw?" And I said, "What is that, ma'am?" She said, "Kale, but like it's in cabbage, but it's like," I said, "Oh, it's like cabbage slaw with kale." She was like, "Yeah." And I was apprehensive because I'm like, "Why are you putting that on my chicken sandwich?" Best thing ever. I am at a point where I use it more than I would use lettuce and stuff. Like, so I made some mushroom tacos last night, right? And I put that kale slaw on there instead of just like the romaine lettuce. This has become such a game changer. And what I love about it is not only are you getting the kale, you're getting the cabbage, you're getting the carrots, the purple cabbage, all of that. And you don't put the mayonnaise and all the other wet stuff in it. It's just dry like that. It is a freaking game changer for me. So that's going on everything. Like kale slaw for 2023. Tickles me daily to stop and pray too. Awesome ticklers from my calendar to help me drink 4 bottles of water. Proud of you, Miss Martha, and to exercise the vision board to help me keep up with my and my mom's appointments. Amen. Amen.
Good job, mommy.
Okay, so y'all got like a food that you have recently started eating that you want to share? I mean, if you don't, you don't. But I had to share that kale slaw.
That kale slaw sounds delicious. Delicious. Delicious.
Listen, if you cannot find it, if you have an HEB or Walmart, you know when you go into the like the bag salad section, like they're already in bags. It don't matter which one. If you get the sweet, if you get the whatever, just don't put the dressing on it. Or get you some cabbage, some carrots, and all that. Shred it yourself. Cut up some kale in it. Do little bite-sized pieces. Don't put all of the mayonnaise and all that stuff in there. Just try it. Freaking amazing. Now, I don't know how it's going to taste with beef, like on a hamburger,
It's
but on
wonderful.
At the store that I work at, we sell that, and they use, I think it's poppy seed dressing.
Poppy seed dressing.
Creamy poppy seed. Yeah, we sell it, and they put cranberries in it too.
Yes, deliciousness. We're having a drool session. All right, with the almonds, and the cranberries.
Yes, all of it. Walnut.
And don't sit up there and have some pickled purple onions on there, red onions.
Listen.
Listen.
Bread and butter pickles.
Honey.
Not just the regular deals, the bread and butter pickles that are slightly sweet and they're thicker.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing. We're gonna have a show on recipes. One of these days, we're gonna have a show talking about number of food. That's what we're gonna do.
Whole vibe.
That's it. So as we close out the show, what we do, instead of doing the pour like we did in the first season, we're doing what our affirmation is going to be for the week. So fam, down in the chat, tell us what your personal affirmation will be for you in your life for this upcoming, well, for the rest of this week, I should say. All righty, Queens. She said baked salmon, bones. Baked salmon bones. I can eat very little of meat these days. I love bones the most meat. Oh, you really do mean bones? I really like salmon bones and seafood. Auntie, how you eat them bones without like cutting your gums and huh?
I don't think she eats them. I think she just like the meat that comes off of it. She probably eats that off.
She's saying she eat very little meat. It's the bones. I ain't mad at you, but how you do the fifth one though? Cause okay.
She make it do what it do. She make it do what it do.
Let me find out it's good.
It is good.
Let me find out you over there crunching and snacking on the good stuff. Let me find out.
Crunching and snacking. Crunching and snacking.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who would like to do their affirmation first?
Nicole.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You did your
Sorry, I'm just calling you out. Oh, my bad.
I read somewhere it was saying that how it's easy to give up, but only, what was it? Oh, I want to say it wrong, but it stuck with me. I had it all day because I was.
You want to Google it?
Well, no, because my phone's occupied right now. It basically was saying that it's easy for a person to give up, but the change will mean more if you withstand the test.
Where were you at this week on that word? Okay.
So it's because when I first read it, it's not in those words, but the meaning that I got from it, and I'm doing, I guess, my own affirmation is, it's like, Nicole, you give up on so much stuff so easily, and you don't go back and pick it up. You just be like, okay, I gave up. But when you fight through the fire and really change, like now, like my mindset, like I appreciate it more. So I'm constantly going, and it's pushing me to keep on. You like the person that you're becoming, keep doing something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I love that.
That's beautiful.
I'm gonna find it next week, but I'll have another one too. But I mean that one, it's the way they worded it, and it made me anyway really think about, like, yeah.
I love that. I love it.
Mine is make the best out of any situation, no matter how small, little it may be. I find when life gets hard, we get stuck in the hard and we get stuck in the dark. And it's hard to find joy, peace, or happiness when it's not so good. My brother told me when I was sick, he said, see, you did learn something out of this. Even though you hate to be where you are, you learned something. I was like, I rolled my eyes and I looked up and I was like, I did. Thank you, brother, for that reminder. And it made me feel better. Um, so, yeah, that's where mine comes from.
You want to share what you learned or no?
Um, Less is more. I'm gonna say it that way. Less is more in every aspect of my life.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's it.
That's my job.
I'm saying less is more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hit mine in 1 second.
Bam.
And Auntie Lane said it's close to the bone. She not eating the bone. Okay.
Thank God.
Well, thank God.
Must spend quality time with the Lord this week. In addition, more rest this week. All right. So, for those that got on late, I was sharing a little bit about dealing with the spirit of heaviness and hopelessness these last couple of weeks. I didn't get into why and what had happened, but I did share that and what it felt like. So I will say what I learned from that takes me through the rest of this week and I'm sure through the rest of my life. And I wrote that I'm strong enough to withstand the process. Because as I told y'all, it was a process I had to go through this week. But I am loved enough to be carried through the process.
Oh, the
And
chill.
I ain't gonna cry. I'm just gonna say that because one of the biggest lessons I learned when I was crying out to God the most, like, why are you not answering me? That is hard when you're used to God talking to you all the time and you hear nothing. That's like being separated. I ain't trying to do that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that feeling. I'd rather you not talk to me than him not talk to me. And I mean, no disrespect. I mean, but when you depend on God to lead you and he's quiet. However, when I realized it was something that I had to go through for many, many reasons, I am strong enough, even though I didn't feel like it, even though I told him I give up, I'm done, that I am strong enough to go through the process, but he loved me enough to carry me through it. It goes back to the footprints in the sand that we were talking about. I really realized it was really being quiet as much as I just had to keep learning how to trust even in his silence. And when I felt my most alone, oh my God, I felt so freaking alone. He was carrying me through it. So that is my affirmation for this week. I'm strong enough to go through the process, but I'm loved enough to be carried. Anybody want to read this one?
I affirm that I will do the things dear to me first. Make sure I'm doing my homework regarding me. Strive more, give more to my journey.
I love this. I love this. As we get ready to close out, see, I'm gonna start with you to give your final thoughts and then Cole. When we do our affirmations, if somebody else's affirmation resonates with you, write it down too. But when you give your affirmation, you are affirming to yourself whatever those words are, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hold on to those words. Those words will be tested. Those words will, there's a whole enemy that really don't care nothing about you, that'll try to make everything you just said be a whole entire lie, that will try to throw so many wrenches in your way. Hold tight and hold fast to your word. I think even writing down your affirmations is also like write the vision and make it plain. Right? I was sharing with C at the beginning of the show. When I said last week and at the end of last year that I'm going to show up for myself no matter what's going on. I was tested. I almost hate I said it, but I had to hold on to what I said. And I showed up sometimes as best as I could. Sometimes I showed up 100%. But your word's going to be tested. And it's not tested to prove you to be a lie. The word is tested to prove you to be true and to strengthen you. So keep that in mind when you're doing your affirmations. All right, let's close this show up. It's been an amazing show. QT fam, y'all show up all the time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What would you like to say as your final thoughts, Nicole? I'm sorry, Steve.
You good? Nothing. I enjoyed the show. I thank y'all for coming on. Thank you for my family for supporting the Queens Takeover. Please share on your page. All you gotta do in the corner of the page on your screen, you'll see an arrow pointing to the right. Just share it to your page, and anybody who's your friend can see our page and see the Queens Takeover podcast, and they can go watch it later. So we really appreciate you guys, and I love you, and thank you guys for supporting me through this whole week.
Love it.
Your turn, Nicole.
Oh.
First, I just want to apologize for being late. My day. Look, y'all. Yes. Sundays felt like Saturday. Sunday felt like Monday felt like Sunday. Today I took a shift because I was like, oh, today's Monday. And then when I was at work, it was like, no, today's Tuesday. I was like, oh God. But thank y'all again, Nick and Sierra, for holding it down. And QT fam for participating. Like Sierra says, share. I like the conversation that I came in on. Nikki, I just know now when we make a girls trip, it's just got to be for the girls.
Okay, because you about to get cut. You hear me? Yeah. You hear me? You gonna get cut. Yeah. You try to move. Make sure it's on the day 4 when we ain't even there.
Yeah, when she on the plane on the way home.
On the plane.
Now you feeling me. That's what I'm talking about.
But I had this again Tuesday. I love being with y'all, and learning that y'all are my friends and not just my associates.
We are one.
Yeah. I love you guys. Everybody, QT fam. Coming to Houston. I'm still working on them. Coming to Houston.
Take your time to do that. Take your time to do that.
That part. So QT fam, if you enjoyed the show today, put one takeaway that you are walking away with. You can do it now. You can do it when we end the show, but put one takeaway, down in the comments. And then, she talking about, come on. And then also, please, as C was saying, y'all share. Please share. It was an amazing show. Thank y'all so very much for joining us. We are going to be out. Don't forget, tell them C about the crown.
You got to fix it. You got to fix that thing. Make sure it's on right. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it's profiling that thing. Fix your crown. Don't play with it.
That part. Cole, tell them what to do for YouTube.
Oh, go subscribe. We're trying to get 100 subscribers. Like, tell somebody. Go watch us on YouTube.
Know somebody.
Too. Not just Facebook. Yeah. Not just Facebook. YouTube, Instagram. Subscribe, like, follow.
All
send
of them.
DMs. About
all of it.
Topics.
All of it.
All of it. They said vision boards, and then the transparency that we operate in. For me, he loves it. Thank y'all for dropping what your takeaways are. Our takeaway is that y'all are here for us. We love y'all. We're going to be here for y'all. Y'all have an amazing week. We love you so much. We will see you next week. Straighten up those crowns. Good night, y'all.
Bye.